Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another edition of TEW2020, the AEW Save and our Go Home show on the road to Fyter Fest. Another 17 segment stacked show and hopefully propels up with a very good card which can hopefully see us make more profit and then get that wee bit closer to a massive wrestling war. As always, thanks for taking the time out to watch the video. As always, the usual likes, comments, subs are all deeply appreciated. I'll get back to everyone if you do drop in a comment regarding the old wrestling, regarding TW. It's good to get some social interaction on the channel. And if you need some stuff like mods, skins, other people's written or verbal diaries, check them out in the description below. A lot of good sources to some very, very good content. So, I'm looking forward to this one. As I say, the pay-per-view itself's got the potential to be absolutely mad, and hopefully this will be the case. You can see again we're in the funding centre, as we hope to put on a very good show here. Hopefully we get a better attendance than last week. So without further ado, let's crack on with some more Dynamite. Much better, 7,739 at the funding centre, 1.3 here up from last week. Let's get the feeling this could hopefully be a hell of a show. So what a final show we have before we head to Fyter Fest. Jon Moxley teams with Hangman Page and Kenny Omega in our main event as they take on the Death Triangle, of course Pac, Ray Fenix and Pentagon Jr. Elsewhere, how will the best friends respond to Joshua Fatu being the man that ran down Chucky T? Which is still the crazy angle. Who will be the new #1 contender to face Nikki Storm? Plus we'll have the likes of MJF, Chris Statlander and Darby Allin all in action tonight. We start off though with the Natural Nightmares. So, unfortunately, both storylines lose a bit of heat because we're judged on overness, but Kenny and Moxley benefit from public support in a 68 rated segment. That opening contest was a decent matchup, and it saw the team of Cash Wheeler and Jake Hager from the Inner Circle defeat the Natural Nightmares, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, in 11:43 when Jake Hager submitted QT Marshall with the Patriot Lock. QT being the weak link here, although 4 pretty decent performances there. Hopefully we can build Hager up. He's remained roughly at 55 in-ring performance. The segment ratings are 58, but yeah, a good win there for the Inner Circle members. Next up we'll get MJF hitting the ring, and he just laughs and goes, ha ha ha, oh my god, did you just witness that? What a bunch of losers. A guy who stands there, eats an apple and looks happy, and then some old timer that was past his prime about 20, hell maybe 30 years ago, you know, before I was born. Honestly, if it wasn't for his dipshit brother being the EVP here, he wouldn't even have a job in AEW. What a loser. So MJF with a 72 rated promo there, completed by rating Dustin Rhodes, and then MJF's match. Good heat, decent wrestling. He defeats Joey Janela in 7:43 with a Swanton Bomb. A solid 61 performance, continuing to build up MJF, and a good victory here. Gives him some more momentum. MJF, you disrespectful little shit. I may be older, much older than you, but I'm far wiser, and trust me boy, I can still go. I've forgotten more than you will ever learn, and since neither of us are busy at Fyter Fest, maybe I should use those family contacts and get Dustin Rhodes versus MJF booked for that card. Because I'm Dustin Rhodes and I'm better than you. So Dustin putting a challenge out to MJF, you know, generation versus generation here. And that was a 65 rated promo. Next up with a decent, the decent reaction from the crowd, but terrible wrestling. Jungle Boy picked up the victory over Kip Sabian in 8:34 by submission. Kip was off his game, 2 even performances, a 36, giving Jungle Boy some momentum, but he's a big work in progress. Next up we've got a promo from Jacob Fatu and Camille. My name is Jacob Fatu. You may know my father, the Tonga Kid. You may also know my uncles, Umaga and Rikishi, and my cousins. They're not doing too bad for themselves either. But rest assured, what they have accomplished will pale in comparison, that's terrible English for me, will pale in comparison to what I'm going to do here in AEW. I want all the belts, all the glory, and with this manager by my side, Miss Camille leading the way, no one is stopping me. And when my teammate gets here, no one, and I mean no one, no best friends, no inner circle, no elite, is stopping us. So a 43 promo, and again some wise words from Fatu and Camille before that match at Fyter Fest. A hype video for Toni Storm is a 52, just to remind people, Toni Storm versus Nyla Rose at Fyter Fest. And about the terrible wrestling and not a lot of heat, Chris Statlander defeated Jamie Hayter in 7:37 by submission. Pretty even in terms of performance, the crowd not reacting great to Jamie Hayter. A 27's poor, killed the crowd a little bit and they weren't too invested in either worker, but this is why we've enhanced our women's division, and Statlander will be one at the moment that we'll be focusing on pushing. Nikki Storm comes out and says, Chris, congratulations on your victory tonight. I spoke with Cody and he's delighted to confirm that this Saturday at Fyter Fest you'll challenge me for the AEW Women's Championship. Nikki extends her hand to Chris Statlander, who shakes it back. Ladies and gentlemen, we could have a very interesting contest for the AEW Women's Championship at Fyter Fest. So Chris Statlander, Nikki Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. 68 promo from Nikki. She's honestly carrying this division on her back. Also a 68 with a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, and Darby Allin defeated Shawn Spears in 12:26 with a coffin drop. Good performance for Darby. Shawn's putting people over, but a hell of a hand, and hopefully he can continue to do that. Darby Allin picks up the win, but he is instantly interrupted by the Dark Order. Brody Lee says, Darby, you've had a week to think about it. The question is there, plain and simple. Will you join us and become a member of the Dark Order? Darby pauses before looking up and simply says, hell no. Brody Lee looks on angrily and out of nowhere just destroys Darby Allin, turning him inside out with a big boot. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson lift him up, with Reynolds, Silver and Kelly looking on before Brody Lee delivers the spinning lariat. So a 70 there, and yeah, Brody Lee not very happy with Darby Allin rejecting the chance to join the Dark Order. Not the Inner Circle. Next up, we had a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Santana and Ortiz defeated Beretta and Cassidy in 9:44 when Santana pinned Trent. 69's pretty good there. Much better performance from Ortiz and Santana. This got the crowd buzzing. This was our all-out match. Still a show match, yep. And yeah, just giving the Inner Circle members some momentum going towards their match coming up. Where we see Matt Hardy, and he just says, welcome to the Hardy compound. But then Senor Benjamin stands there and says, no, you cannot enter yet. The battlefield is being prepared. So a 66 promo from Matt Hardy there. And basically now we have a rundown of the pay-per-view card for this Saturday. Challenges being accepted. Dustin Rhodes will take on MJF, while Dustin shut up MJF for good. Best Friends will have their hands full with Jacob Fatu, who will have Camille at ringside, and a mystery tag team partner. Who could that be? Just made this evening, Brody Lee will face Darby Allin, and what a matchup that could be. And of course we've got Lance Archer defending the TNT Championship against Scorpio Sky. Whilst the tag team championships are on the line as Omega and Hangman look to reclaim them from the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. Nyla Rose looks to shut up new signing Toni Storm, while Chris Statlander will face Nikki Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. In the big match at the Hardy Complex, the House of Hardy match is Matt Hardy, Nick and Matt Jackson, the Young Bucks and Cody will face Chris Jericho, Santana, Ortiz and Cash Wheeler. And finally the AEW World Championship on the line as Jon Moxley defends against the Bastard Pack. Predictions in the comments for this one. I cannot wait to book this one, especially this House of Hardy match. 77. Good. We then get a little promo from Jon Moxley, which scores a 79. He says, tonight we got ourselves some 6-man tag action in Pack. I'm going to be there, you're going to be there, and whilst your little Lucha cronies will be there, hopefully if Omega and Hangman can take care of them, it's just going to leave me and you, pal. It's going to leave me a chance to send you a final warning shot. It's going to let me inflict pain on your body, and then in true Moxley fashion he just starts shouting and goes, "It's going to give me a chance to show you how bad a man I really am, and that messing with Jon Moxley simply gets you hurt." Now that's off my chest, I'll see you in the ring, Mighty Mouse. So a wee cheap shot there from Moxley at 79 as it gets some more heat to the World Championship story. And the match itself was also a 79, and about that had superb wrestling and great heat. The Death Triangle, Rey Fenix, Pac and Pentagon Jr. defeated Moxley, Page and Omega in 14:20 when Pentagon Jr. submitted Kenny Omega. Everyone was spectacular in the ring apart from Hangman, and it increased a few segments there, hinting at a few things as well. Overall, a 79 rating as the heels prevail going in to the pay-per-view. So overall, again a 74. We're not losing pop, but we need to be getting higher than a 74 to be gaining in some places. So I'm going to have to start working towards that, and as I say, hopefully hitting the 78, 79 mark every time in terms of overall. So maybe a better co-main, just to ensure that we can get close to facing WWE at one point. So I'm still happy. Let's say the storylines are coming on quite well. It's a stacked pay-per-view, and yeah, we're not losing pop, so there's that, which is good to see. We'll look here. Right, so we're looking to bring in Indy Hartwell. I just want more depth to the women's division. Even if a stage where I can just turn AEW Dark into a women's show and just get them working against each other and giving them match after match after match to help the division thrive. She's still mainly considering this. I did give her a big deal, admittedly, so we should get her. But there's good potential there. Jake likes Rey Fenix, which is good. A 1.54 for a rating. Isaiah Kennedy's doing good stuff in the ring, says Fit Finlay, which is good. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with that. So the only other thing I'd like to add before we finish up is just our AEW Dark, where I've just hyped up Sabian and Penelope Ford, Nyla Rose, Jacob Fatu and Camille, and Private Party. And the matches we had was Kip Sabian over Michael Nakazawa, B. Priestley over Sadie Gibbs, Killer Kelly, who's in a short-term deal just to see how she goes, against Shanna. It was a, crowd didn't like that, but a good introduction to get her some overness in the States. The Butcher and the Blade took on T-Hawk and El Lindemann, with obviously Shima out for a year, and the Private Party defeated the team of Shawn Spears and Peter Avalon. So that is it for this particular episode. We will move on to Fyter Fest. Hopefully you'll join me for that. As I say, this House of Hardy match is either going to be class, or I'm going to make an absolute pig's ear of it. So fingers crossed, we'll see what chaos I can think of. But thanks for watching, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.